Hey, yeah, welcome to the channel. Yes, this is Cooking with Abba. If you're new to the channel, you're so much welcome. Please do well to subscribe, do well to like, do well to share. Today, we're going to make something special. Yes, it's a simple breakfast. Charlie, boys, girls, young girls, old men, old women. Charlie, yeah, cool, yeah, cool. What are you going to make today? So we're making yam fries and chicken. Yes, and I'm dedicating this to my little nephew. He's not little anyway. Yes, IJ. Yes, he loves yam chips a lot with chicken. And I do well to cook with him when I'm in the house. Yes. So this is one recipe you can try for family gatherings. You can do, for your programs and things. Just to see that thing. Yes, so let's go and see how I make my yam fries. I'm going to teach you how to cut your yam fries well, your yam chips, so you get even sizes, and how to get some simple ones as well. So let's delve in and I'll show you how I make my chicken on a regular day. I told you, my little boy, he likes chicken a lot and he loves yam fries. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Who doesn't like some tasty chicken and some yam chips or potato chips or whatever chips? Yeah, what it does. So this is my yam fries and chicken recipes. I start off, with my chicken. It's already washed. It's a bit frozen, so don't worry. I had it in the freezer. And today I'm just going all powdered. Some days I just do quick and go away. So yes. So my ginger powder, I have my turmeric, I add a little bit of it. Yeah. So this is how I store my spices actually. I blend some of them to make it easy for me to cook with. So I add in my cloves as well. Then my nkete. Yes, nkete is very great for chicken, anise seeds. Then I added in some powdered pepper. Mekojawa. Yes. I like some powdered pepper to give it some peppery kick. Aside the ginger. Then this is your super deal, the Calabash Nutmeg with the amber. Yes, it's great for chicken. What you need if you chicken can be a bit some way. Yes. So when you add the Calabash Nutmeg, Charlie, it does wonders on your chicken. So the key ingredient there is that one. Then I added some salt, and I'm going the local style. This is how my mom always used to do her chicken, and she still does it like that. So for her garlic and her onion, she always likes to cut it small. Yeah. So you dice it small into it, and the onion you'd want to dice it. Well, sometimes I'm lazy at this one, dicing it. But yeah, I like to just cut it in my chunks and put it inside. For me, most important thing is that my onion is in. So I've got my onion, which also goes in. And let's add some special taste and aroma to it. So you realize if you do it this way, it comes out different. If you blend it and put everything into, the taste is also a bit different. So that's the beauty about it. Then your yam, as that is cooking, you'd want to go on to work on your yam. So you clean it. Now for cutting your yam chips, most people have issue about how to dice their yam. So I will say that first cut the length you'd want. So you realize I cut it long enough. This is the length I want for my yam chips. I'm going to slant them. So this is how I want them. So originally, the length you want, you cut the yam, and then you're going to do it like this. This gives you more of even shaped yam chips than when you do the circle and you cut through. So I'm going to do that one as well, then you see it. So if you want even sized yam, even without a cutter, you can do this, and you realize you're going to get very lengthy and even yam chips or yam fries. So this is how you'd want to go about your yam fries. People always complain about having their sizes right, and this is how to go about it to get your sizes okay. Alternatively, if you don't want it like this, or you are in a hurry or something, or you want a smaller sizes, you can decide to just go with your yam. You can just cut it circular like that. Yeah, just slice it through. So which one is horizontal, which one is vertical? I think you'd have to decide. Yeah, so when you do it like this, the limitation is that if your yam is very big, you're going to get some very lengthy and some very short. Yes. And you know, yam, you're not the one who tells God, or you're not the one who shapes it in the soil. So that's the risk about this type. But then if it's up to you, if you want to like this, I usually go like this because this one saves me time. I just go circle, cut, and I go my way. But then when I want to do the crowd pleasing, or I'm serving for special guests and I want even sizes and shapes, then I use the first style. So you just decide on which you'd want, and you wash it thoroughly. Wash it like twice or 3 times to get rid of the slimy part and then the starch that may come with it. Then you add in some salt. Yes, so some may also want to spice up their yam a bit before they fry. I did this as well here, so don't worry, just hold on. We're going to do proper yam fries. So once the oil is heated up, you want your oil to heat up before you fry. Then you put in your yam. My mom says I do super crunchy yam, which is not the best for the old ladies. But for your yam to be crunchy, I don't like to use so much of sugar in those ones. But some like to add a bit of sugar to the salt with the yam to get it crunchy. Yes. What I'm doing currently is to add some turmeric in there. Turmeric powder, or you can add your curry powder. It gives a spice and it gives a color. So the longer this sits, or the longer the yam sits in that stock, the more colorful it comes. And as it's sitting, I'm frying my yam as well. And for your yam, how crispy you get it, it depends on how you fry it. Try and not use very high heat for frying. Yes, heat up your pan when it's about starting. Heat it very high. But when it goes in, make sure you go to medium heat. The longer it stays in on the medium heat, the more the water in there is absorbed or it dries up and you get crunchy yam. But if your fire is too hot, your yam will cook, the outside will be crunchy and the inside will be soft. So if you want it very crispy and crunchy, you'd want to do it over a medium heat for a longer while. And while that is cooking, you can check your chicken and be turning it as well so that every part cooks well. And another thing that would going to affect your crunchiness of your yam is whether it's fresh yam or it's old yam. Fresh yam is those which have just been harvested, and those ones can usually have more water in them. So no matter how you fry, it's not going to be overly crunchy. But the old yam usually tends to be a bit more dried. And they have different yam, types. So it's up to you and your preference. Some would like to use the puna, some would like to use a dente. Whichever yam you'd want to use is up to you. So yes, and I have this special I added in. Yes, this is yam I used, I think about 2 days or a day before something. Some remained after I cooked. So what I did was to keep it in the fridge, and then yeah, on my day I was frying yam, I decided to fry it as well. And I learned this from my dad. This is my dad's special yam recipe. My house, food doesn't go waste like that. And this is one recipe I like a lot because it tastes nicer than even when it's cooked or when it's fried directly. So when your yam, you have excess, do well to package it nicely. Keep it in your fridge or your freezer. The day you are frying your yam, or the afternoons, you can just fry your pre-cooked yam. And it tastes super nice. Trust me, you like this even more than your fresh yam chips. Yeah. So you realize that now it's looking all golden or yellow. Yes. So it's about how long it sits in the solution. It sits in for long, and if it's very thick or the turmeric is more, then you're going to get well colored chips. Those who like colored stuff. or you can add in your curry powder. Yes, sometimes you use food color, those who sell in the market and things, but I think you can do this without food color. Just need to use the right stuff. And my chicken was also cooked. Yeah. So directly from pan to pan. I didn't coat this one. Yeah, so there's no coated chicken. But if you want a coated chicken recipe, it's also there. We've done this before. And my stock, I don't throw it away. Oh, Charlie, I do some spicy rice with it because everything day in a day for. So yeah, usually I just cook it with some. I use a stock for rice, or I just add in a little bit of gravy in the rice to get jollof, and it's always tastier because of the stock in there. So that's one thing I do with my chicken stock. Yes, or I can use it for stew. Then I just need to be turning. I didn't add flour to the pan because of two things. The pan I use is super smooth. Yes, it's non-stick and it's eco-friendly. That's the beauty about my pan. So it doesn't stick to it. But then if you're using the regular non-stick, or if you're using an aluminium pan, when the chicken is fresh like this, if you don't take it, it can stick inside. So sometimes we want to base it with a bit of flour so it doesn't stick to the pan. Yes, so that's one trick to go about it. I don't use too much flour because you're not trying to coat it up. But if you want to keep your chicken for longer, you can fry for longer so it gets more dried. Or I always say you can sprinkle some flour as you're frying. It will keep the skin or the outside dried. And see how sparkling and smiling our chicken is. This one you can kill all like that though. And I served it with my green pepper sauce. Green pepper sauce, we've already treated it here. So all you need to do is to go back and watch that recipe. The chicken too, we have the buttered chicken recipe here. You can try that as well. So this is about a yam and chicken recipe. It's simple, spicy, sweet and nice. You must try. I hope you did like this yam fries recipe and chicken, and I hope you learned how to cut your yam. Yes, most people have issue about how to get their yam fry sizes even, and how to even go about the flavoring. So whether you want to use sugar plus the salt to make it more crispy, is up to you. But I always say that know the type of yam. It's not every yam we use for fries. Yes, some, especially the fresh yam, if it's very new, you realize there's a bit of water and moisture in. But then the old yam, which is about leaving or something, those ones are more dry, so you get a more crisp. Apart from the type of yam, it depends on how you fry. If you're going to fry with very high heat from the start, the outside is going to be crisp and firm, but the inside is going to be softer. So if you want your yam chips to be very crispy, then you need to do it on the medium low heat for a constant period of time. Yes, and another thing you'd want to know is about your spicing. You can spice your yam chips. Yes, feel free. It's about you, how you'd want it to taste. So sometimes people tend to blend onion in, or they cut in some spices in. You can always flavor your yam. It's like marinating your meat. Just make sure that when you do that, your water is less concentrated so that the yam can absorb it more. And let your yam sit for longer to be able to absorb it and get more taste. So I hope you would try this yam chips recipe and chicken. Whether you want to do it with fish too, is up to you. But do try it for my little IG and you'll be so glad you did. So till I see you in the next food video, please do well to live life to the fullest. Be merry, be joyous. Make sure I meet you in the next food moment, and make sure we make the next food moment count. Lots of love for my team and I.